Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our wonderful event this evening. This is going to be a blast. Will has chosen the topic tonight, the transcending of 2012 into all the gifts of 2013 and the wholeness of you that is already beginning to be offered and how to let them come to you and be accessed.
Well, the transitioning and transcendence of 2012, moving into 2013, well, all this going on right now has been quite beautiful, and I wanted to touch base with the 2012 market because there's been all this fun hurrah, even about 2012, December 21st, and all this fun stuff that I was talking about on the last webcast of transcending on the 2012, December 21st, and the changing over and all this fun stuff of there was the 12, the ending of humanity as you know it, and ending of the planet. And I was laughing because tomorrow will be my 16th birthday of being in a body and planet. Hurrah, bring it on, let's go. And I was laughing because, okay, I get to celebrate my birthday, bring it on, 16 years in the body and planet, and then we're screwed. Now, technically speaking, I would have my tree up if the ending of humanity was going to be the 21st. This right here would be powdered butter. You know, the kind you put a little bit of water in, you mix it up, you put it on bread that isn't visible because that would be burnt too. So you'd have to eat it with your spoon, your fork, and your knife. See, don't you love body principles? They come with all the utensils. Now, what's going on as well is the breaking down of the magnetic matrix. A magnetic matrix of the 1221 right here. What's happening is the magnetic matrices are breaking apart. Now, everything, it doesn't matter which magnetic matrix you're on. We can call it ley lines, all this fun stuff. Well, all these ley lines all the way through here that have been the crux, well, all these facets that have been laid right into place in these beautiful vortex levels of consciousness, because technically it looks like this, that have been amplified, and this will be the grid system going downwardly, and this right here is going to be another vortex level of consciousness. Well, the fun part here is all these beautiful grid systems. All of this is merging together to have one brilliant matrix of a vortex level of consciousness. Now, from here, the funnest part is all of it as a whole is creating such a brilliant vortex level of consciousness that also so brilliantly and passionately, vibrantly, is also creating a vortex level of consciousness within a vortex level of consciousness within a vortex level of consciousness. It's a total complete melding together. And didn't you hear so much about these fire grids that are coming forth? Now, even from the fire grids that have been coming forth, blazing away through the 2012 mark, all these beautiful fire grids that you've heard so much about, that have also been blazing through, so rapidly, so divinely, so exquisitely, I have to add. Well, all of this, of course, has been blazing through. Now, the funnest part here is the epitome of the planetary matrix right here. It's been opening in your preparedness. That's the part I celebrate. Your preparedness that is also anchoring in so brilliantly will put you right here with your body principle. Open up right through the heart level, becoming the vortex level of consciousness that you are. It's also affecting the planetary matrix that is only heightening all the amplifications upon a planetary matrix. Amplifying as you're beginning to arise, becoming what you'll call fearless. Not work. It's actually the absence of work, as you hear me share so much about. The absence of all this busy stuff to carry. The absence of all this hurrah to carry. Fearlessness, which is the absence of all the mental, emotional busyness. And you're stepping up. As you're also bringing forth this beautiful planetary global consciousness, this being what you'll call off-planet, This too, as well, is universal. This way over here is the moon. And let's not forget way over here about Mars and all of these grid systems. Let's also can't forget about the Venusians. Way over here, we'll put a V for Venusians, all right? And then we have all these grid systems. Then we cannot also forget, of great honor, the sun level. All those happy smiley faces, all right? Now, we have all the lunar levels playing off here. So this right here is going to revolve here. This right here is going to revolve all the way around there, playing once again with all of this magnetic fortitude, dissolving as you're arising. Let's not forget, this right here and that right there would not be revolving if it wasn't for you. So, going full circle back to the 2012 mark. From all of the evolvements, we'll call it amplifications. Well, this right here has been so absolutely divine. Because you see, the other part here is where you've been amplifying, stepping up, coming out, coming forth, bring it on, let's go. Higher levels, greater levels, manifest levels, take command. Here I am arising. Well, yeah. Goodbye. Namaste. Have a blast. Here I am. Let's go. Remember, we can't forget about this. Fearlessness. The fearlessness was the most important part. The absence of the absence of you. You're coming to life. And then we have the Mayan calendars. The Aztecian levels, the wisdom of the ancients, which, of course, we have all of the beautiful, priceless inscriptions of the soothsayers. We have the Nostradamuses. We have some really brilliant, priceless, gifted dear ones. Some that we're even going to share with you about the templates of the planet. We're even going to share with you about the overflooding of the many different templates, the overflooding of the continents. And I'll be the first to share they were right on track. Until you woke up. Until all of this started to arise. You began to arise. And all the way to the Mayan calendar, it is the end all be all. That was foreseen.
So, the Mayan calendar would have been accurate as far as the end of the world had we all not awakened?
It still is accurate.
The world isn't going to crumble.
Excuse me?
The world isn't going to end.
Oh, it is. That's the part I love.
How so?
Will you hold on just for 1 second? Or 12 seconds, 0.9, all right? Just a second, Batman.
Okay. I think we'll want to get a toy to play with here.
This is not a marketing ploy, yada, yada, yada. But that's why, as a prep, we came out with this. The world is ending, period. Period. From every way that your mental level could have ever comprehended how things work in the body on a planet. I don't get all this marketing hubbub. That's exactly why we ever, even for a second, created that product. Now many are way ahead of their time, way ahead of their own journey, way ahead of where humanity was, singing and dancing, blasting through, running forth on their own journey. Now, this right here, I will say, is very, 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 very important. It is the ending of the soothsayers, the mystics, the ancient wisdoms. I totally agree with them to a certain degree. It's the end of petroglyphs, all that has been said about the future of humanity. Now is the funnest part. 2012 was such a priceless pivotal point, just like 1987. when Merva was so beautifully right there in the asteroid belts, heading right towards Gaia, the Earth. Right there to fully, completely marry with this planetary constellation. That's the part that is so exciting, isn't it? Once again, it was headed right there, right here, to once again, for the 7th time, actually the 8th, to be more literal and specific, to clear the magnetic shelves of the planetary matrix. But now, we're into, and moving into quite vastly, a clear state of creation.
Sounds wonderful.
Not really. It sounds beautiful. But I don't want to say it's super beautiful. I will say, though, it's super duper 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 ungrounding. Because now we have to look at something very important that is really odd, called now what?
I don't know. Tell us.
Well, we have options. Remember, free will was overrated. That's what this whole 2012 mark, running forth, stripping away, everything was hidden away, all the secrecies, reptilians, Illuminatis, secret societies, Masons, Shriners, so forth and so forth, 16 families, economics, all the control of the economics, all control of the work environments, all the control of humanity as you know it, all the manipulations, all of the underlying states, all of the hidden away secrets underneath the metaphor carpet, so forth, has reached ahead. Now what? Political societies collapsing.
That's what I was going to ask you about that, because
There's no secrets.
no matter what side you were on as far as the election in the United States, there was a time when one particular candidate would have been able to buy that White House, would have been able to get away with cheating, and it would have worked.
And what did I tell you all the way through when you were getting worked up about it?
That wasn't possible anymore.
And you didn't believe one word I had to share.
No, I did believe it, but I still couldn't wait to.
But you questioned me about it.
Well, yeah.
They have
started
millions,
explaining
billions
a lot.
upon billions upon millions of dollars. And Mormonism. And the underlying states, all the abundance. Then in this camp, they didn't have that much. Money always talks, is what you kept telling me.
Well, it used to work.
I agree. That's right up there with the 16 families. Right up there with the Masons, the Shriners, the secret societies. Not even free will. That's why I say free will is really overrated when you're viable. Free will is great until you have so much free will that sacrifice starts to play out. You have so much free will until everything hypothetically starts being taken away. It's all great for head games, free will. There's just a lot of head games. There's divine will, called dancing with your manifest levels, your creative levels, your higher levels in the whole universe. But the reason I bring this up is you were questioning me, well, money speaks. What is it? Money walks, or whatever the fancy words which you kept sharing with me. I didn't have a side, because I kept sharing with you, honey, who cares who wins? You remember that? You didn't exactly like that, but who cares? Why would you watch a debate watching little kids throw toys back and forth? It doesn't matter. Divine order is going to win, period. Doesn't matter if I have 1,000 or 28 million or a billion. Those days are over. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what?
Well, it's already a wonderful change that already happened, that you can't buy something like the White House. It isn't possible anymore.
You can't buy popularity. You cannot buy love, light, or integrity. It's who you are. It just is what it is. So to answer my own question, divinity, 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 lightness, vibrancy, running forth, here I am, let's go. And new beginnings, fearlessness without walls.
That sounds good.
It sounds like you. What does it mean to have no barriers, no walls? What does it even mean not to have a standing ground? What does it mean not to have ground to stand? What does it mean that, all right, whatever?
I think it's great as long as you have some kind of healthy boundaries.
Uh-huh.
And we've had this discussion before.
But what are boundaries?
Ways to make sure you have your downtime and you have your space from the rest of the world when you need it.
So how does that work?
You move into a gated community.
Exactly, that's one option. But why would you do that? There's really one reason.
Because everybody needs their space at particular times.
No.
Why?
Because dear brothers want what they want when they want it, and they refuse to honor you. So, you walk your walk, and you take your downtime. So you can give more to assist the whole. It's not personal. That's what 2012 was about. '12. 2012, all the way through, was all about stepping into your own divinity and letting yourself be honored. See, that's the beautiful part here. Even with our new palace, it took on its own life. Even with all the transitions, transcendences coming about, hey man, bring it on, let's go. There's no questioning. Now what? Show me what there is to be offered. And then emerging into 2013. Wow! A whole life stream of total, complete, which is actually looking more like this right now. Openness. You see, when we go here together, it's not just about fluidity. It's about, show me, let's go. Because see, the magnetic streams, the magnetic levels of consciousness, well, let's be the lunar levels, the solar levels. All of these are even changing its resonation. The magnetics are more light Venuses coming forth and coming through to where even the magnetic core, the Mercury makeup, physically speaking, wow, not becoming ungrounded, becoming so much more stabilized. We're playing with melatonin, serotonin, we're playing with equality, on and on and on, but we're also playing with openness, bringing it on, flourishing, taking off overtime. But wow, we're also playing overtime, we're singing and dancing and flourishing. But yet, it's come full circle back to now what? Which is, it's my turn. Not from a little hurrah me, but really, now I'm out of the depths and into divinity. Which is not about spiritualization, so forth, so it's about you. So wow. Now we get to go play with all of our brilliance. Without any of the odd karma, dogma, all this fun stuff, but wow. We get to play with all of you inside and out, inside and out, inside and out. as you're also transcending so brilliantly, so vibrantly, so divinely into all that is. Now, as you look through all the fabulous run-throughs, wow, even to the marker, amplifier, dissolver, resolver in taken off as of, to give it a mark, 12/21/12. Well, hey man, this is where we're going into hyperspeed. And embodying, anchoring, amplifying in hyperspeed. Because now we're going into hyperspeed, which is speeding up, taking off, the platelets and the purification of the bloodstreams, also the artery makeups, the physicality makeups, everything that's ever been known to be a reality in a physical form, mentally, physically, subpsychically, and all the way through your physical makeup, but also through the crystalline structures of the physical makeup that are also expanding upon themselves, breaking up their own format, and beginning to realign themselves in their own format. Your universalist DNA and your universal bodies is beginning to merge and marry, but also beyond just marrying, settling in permanently, amplifying purely, and also purifying itself, but also integrating, embodying itself with the purification and the embodiment of your own divinitized radiance, and also the love, the light beingness, but also the clarification and the particles of gold that are also re-embodying within your life streams and in beautiful, purified states of the silver essences, the marriage of the masculine and the feminine is one, but also the beautiful states of isness, the masculine and the feminine becoming one, but also the heart level opening up and all the chakra level vortexes beginning to merge into one, but also the purification of the chakra level vortex is also bringing forth total complete divine clarity, total complete divine openness, but also the amplified states of divine openness, divine clarity, and also divine radiance that is opening to furthermost complement oneself, but also being able to connect with, play with, sing and dance and flourish with without any other magnetic identification, no any longer any magnetic responsibilities, any magnetic big giant loads to carry, baggage to carry, colorful sensational realms of even carrying such states as fear, fearful dynamics, also misunderstandings that are unraveling, coming to terms with, but also bringing it into total, complete, explicit creativity, understanding, clarifications, embodiment, vibrant embodiment, but also vibrant states of embodiment of you, and the embodiment of you, which is also opening up your whole life stream, opening up your whole world, but also opening up your heart level, your chakra level vortex, also opening up your lungs, your kidneys, and dropping all the organs into place, but also going through an unraveling of the organ levels, and also the DNA, the tissue, and the genome levels, and letting the tissues begin to break apart, or rebuild themselves, and rewrite themselves in an image which is not so much of your image as that of a universal image. This universal image that is also going through a state of rewriting itself, rebuilding itself, regenerating itself, without any identificational realms to an I or to you or even to a planetary matrix. It's going through such a beautiful priceless regeneration state to begin opening itself, begin rewriting itself, begin rebuilding itself, reintegrating itself, but also bringing it up through the heart valves, the atriums, the ventricles, and also the aorta levels, that is also changing over the bloodstreams, and also changing over even what we'll call the type of blood, but also through the genetic streams of consciousness, and also the IOU states of consciousness, and also those that we love most dear to our heart, even those that we love so much dear to our heart, but also the reasons behind the love that we love so dear to our heart, going into all the supposed to, should do's, must do, because of who they are, who they perceive themselves to be, who you perceive that they should be, rather than the total, complete purification of the love that we really feel for them, rather than all the emotional traits that we're being so misguided and so misperceived into being a love. It's opening up to the total, complete purification of the love that we really feel, which is also going through the rebuilding, the regestational state of letting the whole heart level fully, completely open and encompassing all of humanity as your total, complete, true family, the true family that has always been waiting, but the true family that's becoming your total, complete encompassness as you're moving into a state of letting your family completely grow to be all over the humanity, but also the whole universe, which is also opening up to all of your beautiful, divine, universal states of consciousness, and letting your universal states of consciousness open up wide open to let your whole life stream begin to open up, flourish, all the beautiful divine dynamics, and letting your body principle begin to operate and complement you, and then also the rebuilding of the teeth and the rebuilding of the gum tissues, and also going through the frontal level of consciousness and letting everything begin to drop out, hence as all the dear ones here that are having memory issues and all the fun stuff with that, because of course you're having memory hypothetical issues, because the hypothetical memory issues is because all the clutter, all the baggage, all the colorful dynamics that have played out in a body on a planet are also being moved outside of you, because the memory archives are no longer being held in place. The memory archives are no longer being stored within the body principle, because the storage units outside the body principle, from what you'll call your etheric realms, your esoteric realms, are also being cleared out, purged, to memories that actually complement, which aren't so much memories, they're more dimensional planes, but no longer carrying around the deity of the information that is just excess baggage to no longer serve you by any means. It's also going into the esoteric realms to begin to become recategorized, restabilized, to memories that actually complement it, which is also, once again, dimensional planes, to be able to let it present, be able to let it be accessed just like that, to complement you, be able to run with you, but also be able to let it present as necessary to be able to function to your fullest potential and beyond, and also letting the body principle become lighter and lighter, begin to be able to function faster and faster, beginning to let it be able to process faster, faster, faster. It's a total, complete rebuilding, re-embodiment, re-gestational process, but your true birthing, your true regestational principle is speeding up, speeding up, speeding up, but yet letting it start to function in its fullest potential and beyond its fullest potential, because don't forget, it's going through a total re-embodiment and a total, complete rewriting to further complement you as creator, but beyond creator to your total, complete universal principles. Universal principles that it's like a nebula that continues to rewrite itself, continues to rebuild itself, because it's always changing its form, it's always changing its tone, it's always changing its vibratory levels, and it's always changing its colorisk. Tones, frequencies, sounds, but also changing its form is also changing every way that it's functioning, every way that it's opening, every way that it's restabilizing, and it's also always beginning to grow. It takes it in and it takes it out, and it explodes exponentially, which is exactly what's happening to you. And then we're going into now what's next. Because now when we're going to what's next, we're going into the now what's. We're going into where we're going. Well, now we're playing with the whole universe, and we're even beginning to play with creating new universes. Because now we're starting to go through all the dimensional doorways. We're starting to play with all the dimensional veils. But we're also bringing right here through the physical. We're letting our physicality begin to be able to create so much more, even through our physical magnetic fortitude. Because now we're not just locked into a magnetic fortitude. We're starting to let the magnetic fortitudes open up to fully complement us. And as we're letting the magnetic fortitudes start to begin to completely open up, fully complement us, and letting it start to grow over and over and over, and faster and faster and faster, we're no longer being polarized. We're no longer being held back. We're letting the heart level open up, but we're no longer contemplating creation. We're letting creation start to contemplate itself. We're letting all of our dimensional doorways, all of our dimensional veils start to open, complement, and to serve and to be given to you. Because now, there's not all this in-depth magnetic seriousness any longer. We're letting creation start to open, and be given to you. Because now, wow, just like the nebulae, just like the tones, the frequencies, the vibratory levels, and all the fun that we're getting to play with, we're letting all of it, including the new rebuilding of the arms, the tissues, the muscular tissues, the membranes, and the functionability and the firing of our neural pathways, start to fire without all the filtrations, without all the colorful dynamics that have been playing out, and all the beautiful encodements of consciousness that are also being presented unto you, but also the unlocking from all the organ tissues that have become so darn slow and so darn magnetic. We're letting the magnetic fortitude start to no longer be a dense level of consciousness, because we're letting you and the whole universe become one, and we're letting the universe begin to open up through you. We're also letting it continue to rewrite itself, so our outside worlds can start to match, follow suit, but also letting all of creation begin to become gold. As the beautiful unfoldment is the beautiful exquisiteness, the beautiful enjoyment that we're getting to play with. And as we're getting to play with all the beautiful enjoyment, we're also getting to play with all the beautiful enjoyment of creation. The enjoyment you hear so much about, the enjoyment that you're taught so much about, the enjoyment that has been fed to you, the enjoyment that you read about, all the stuff that's high hopes. We're going beyond high hopes. We're letting high hopes begin to become reality. Without dense matter principle levels, without all the dense mass consciousness level that's been playing out through what we'll call the cosmic lattice works of consciousness. We're taking the dense matter principles of the mass consciousness, and the cosmic lattice work start to break down around us, because we're no longer playing at a cosmic lattice work level of consciousness. And we're starting to go with the different colorful thoughts or presentations. We're starting to go with all this being offered to you, because remember, it's your natural state, but no longer from a filtration state. We're starting to let the unfoldments start to unfold, start to be presented. And I talk about being presented because being presented does not mean, ooh, right here. It means right here. Because now we're starting to let the presentations that are presented right in front of you, offered to you, given to you. And now we're going beyond trust. We're going into what is. A solidificational state of what is right here in front of you. Not high hopes that this is here, but literally right there. But you see, now we're going to forget about being open. Because why be open when you already are open? Now we're going into now what? Because now we're going into the 2013s, and as we're going to the 2013s, as far as I see, as far as I look at it, this is just a fun, what we'll call marker. And that's why I do call these markers, because it's markers from sequences of events that we're stepping through, singing, dancing, running through, having a blast through. But yet, wow, nothing serious, nothing, I gotta be better, I gotta perfect perfection, yada. Well, why perfect perfection when you already are divine perfection? Now, let's not try to pretend to believe that we're divine perfection, not try to be divine perfection. Why don't we just simply be divine perfection? And why don't we just simply start to look out here, rather than trying to go here and look? Because every time you go here to look, you begin to suck in, become so darn magnified and magnetic, that you start to welcome in all this colorful, funky stuff. And just to simplify that, you start to come right here and start to push the whole universe away. Because that's also been exactly what's been playing out. Right back here with what you'll call the 2012 markers. Because the 2012 markers have been that of such beautiful, beautiful, beautiful polarizational states and taking what has been so embodied for eons. Oh, the colorful embodied states. Looking inwardly, and trying to look a little bit further inwardly. And looking further all the way up the rectum and so forth, to try to find more to clear out. And then from there, there's nothing else there, so we got to create something more to look at. Well, the humorous part, wow, isn't it amazing when the eyes try to find something more, and then the mind says, wait, let me try to create something to take a look at. Just, so the mind can be upright and justified, and the mind can be upright and justified so it can have a job to do and try to be your friend. Well, let's forget about all that for a minute. Why don't we just, let it be our friend? So from there, wow, let's just let it look out here. Let it start to create out here. And then where we get to run, sing and dance and flourish. And then, wow, bring it on. Because this is where we're letting the total complete openness, not hypothetically, not even etherically, but quite literally, we're letting all of yous, the whole universe itself, use and so much more use on every level, everywhere, in every plane. Start to open, start to be offered. But wow, let's go. Wow, bring it on. Wow, show me. Steer me. Dance with me. And wow, I no longer am going to look here. Wow, man. I am going to look here. In here. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm not even going to look anymore. Here I am. Show me what creation can be, is, and yeah. New palette seems great. See, even the angelics are dancing. Look at this. I have Barb, all right? Don't you love when the energy starts moving? Because that's where things start hopping and dancing. Yeah, I love it. It is such a blast. And then my tie starts going off again. I didn't even push the button. Jingle bells. All right. Now from here, you see, everything's dancing. And now, all right, guys. Angelic, Archangelic, is in the host realm. Barb. Okay. Let's go. Because from here, wow, we are singing and dancing, flourishing, and without filtrating anything. Can we all take our consciousness and let's just toss it from right here to right here. This right here we're going to call December. This right here we're going to call February. Feb. Alright? This right here is all sorts of sequences of events. That's not a lull point. That's just a lot of stuff going on. So right now, let's just take our consciousness, toss it right there. So right now, let's take our conscious focus right on our pineal pituitary gland. not our third eye, all right? Because we can put it over there, we can put it right here on our side. You. And this is the part I love. Is to take our consciousness and project it all the way into February. Oh, not even future. None of this has to do with futures. It has to do with consciousness and points of reference. It has to do with all the magnetics that are cleared out. It has everything to do with sequences of events. So, all right, guys, show me. So right now, show me, dear brothers. What's the first door right here? This portal that starts opening up all around you.
It feels good.
Mm-hmm. And what does it look like, honey?
What?
What does it look like?
Open.
Mm-hmm.
Feels open and light and happy.
Uh-huh. Exuberant?
Definitely exuberant. Is that how it feels to you?
For me? For me, it feels the same. It's...
You're always, yeah.
Exactly. But what does it look like? What's going on around?
Feels like everything will look brighter.
Uh-huh.
And less dense.
Mm-hmm. Everything going around.
And happy.
Uh-huh. And where are you located?
In our new palace.
Exactly. And what does the pool look like?
Clear and warm and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. The palm trees?
Gorgeous.
Golf course?
Fun.
How many ducks? How many birds? How many geese?
Tons.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the lakes on the golf course?
They look like they're flowing and fresh and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And the event room? All of them?
Busy.
Mm-hmm.
Children doing crafts. People playing the piano. Having fun.
Wasn't that easy?
Yeah.
And here I am walking around a swimming pool. It was that simple. Now, it was for you, dear brothers. It was just that direct, without contemplation. See, you can only go there when you're here. Not now, not all this fun stuff. You just projected yourself into seeing what is as creator, incarnate. Now, part I love is when, thank you, but no thank you. Show me what else is accessible. So, let's say that I prefer to be in France. No, guys, thank you so much. Show me what it's like in France in February. Oh, that sounds like a lot more fun. Let it present. Well, tell you what. Show me what it looks like at St. Peter's. The islands. Sounds great. Or, yeah, thank you, but no thank you. What about New York? Great, thank you, let it present. Let it happen, more importantly. Now, without questioning it, start to watch, for a moment, you too, Angel Love, okay? Let's start to watch how, quite literally, all the sequence of events, not space and time, all the sequence of events that unfold and unfold and unfold and unfold and unfold. Right to France, right to St. Petersburg, right to New York City, right to where we're going to go on vacation next week. Okay? But see, the fun part is, sounds great. Or, what else are the options, guys? Because I'll be the first to share, well, it sounds great, but something new, something different. Just like we play with. Now, the beautiful part is 2013, let's start really looking at it together, family. Dear brothers, I'm not going to make some big, giant decisions, whatever. It sounds great or it doesn't. So what else is being offered? Because now we're already starting to welcome in all the alignments, all the sequence of events. Would I like to be busier? Sure, bring it on, let's go. Or, I'd like more downtime. All right, take care of it, guys. Or playtime. All right, bring it on. You see, you're playing with total, complete openness, total and complete freedom, total, complete fearlessness, without walls. Now, the funnest part here is what is it we cannot play with? That's the important question, right? What is it that we cannot fully, completely, exuberantly dance with?
Nothing.
Exactly. Now, for all of us for a moment, as we've been playing with all the ramp-ups of 2012, and now we're rising into the depths of you. Not just divine beings and all this. You as divinity incarnate. As love, as exquisiteness, your natural state. No longer from all the overlying states, 16 families, Masons, Shriners, all this odd stuff. All of it's been exposed. That's part of what this whole 2012 marker's been about. And then all of the unseen. Because remember, that was a marker to be all the end of creation as your brother has known it to be. I'll call it a new beginning because it is a new beginning. But now, wow. We're delving right into, not just above, but right into the core, the epitome of the enjoyment as creator throughout creation. Now, all right, family, show me what else there is to be offered. Because from here, wow, we have no end. Only a beginning of what we can start engaging and playing with. So, with our family monads, with the rest of creation, with all the priceless dear brothers that we get to dance with. And I say get to dance with. Now, can we all forget about they're awake, they're not awake, they're asleep, they're not asleep, they're halfway in between. That's kind of like, over here they're awake, over here they're, kind of fuzzy. Now, this is the part that's so much fun. Because you can dance with anyone, no matter where they're at. But from here, what if we all forget for a minute? What if we not even care just for a moment? Wherever a dear brother seems to be. What if we just turn them all on? We just light them up. So right now, can we all just light up everyone, everything? Just turn a light switch. Unveil everything. Welcome to my world. Everything's gold. Everyone's gold. Doesn't matter where they're at in their journey, because it matters, right? What matters is that they're on a journey. So just light them up. It doesn't matter one iota how awake, how asleep they are. They're waking up anyways. So why don't we give it a boost? Why don't we give it a jump start? Why don't we just light them up? They still are creator incarnate. So hey man, you know what? Light them up. Let's not even give one iota to what they understand, not understand. Let's toss that out to the etheric realms. They understand so much more than they give themselves credit for. But let's not even go there. Just light them up. Let's not even hold them in the palm of our hand. If we're going to do that, might as well hold the whole planet in there. So, let's just light them up. let's just totally, thoroughly enjoy the beautiful dear brothers before us. I mean, talk about no judgment, right? Talk about no entanglement, no conflicts. Let's really light them up, baby. Light them up, light them up, light them up. Let's not even care one another. Matter of fact, let's even let them know more than you do. Right? Let's simplify it. Because this is the quickest way home. It's actually the quickest way into the unknown. It's the quickest way into now what? Can we just, let everyone be where they're at? Our part is just to light them up, just like Barb. See, we lit her up. We're going to light her up more. Look at that. All right? So, let's just light them up. Light them up, light them up, light them up. Now, as we're lighting them up, look at how much wider, vast, brilliant, expansive, alive, and lighter you just became. But look at how much more your whole life stream opened up. Because this is what it looks like. Here you are. Merging. As you, when you're lighting them up. And when we light them up, wow. We start to create such a beautiful marriage for them. But here's the funnest part. We'll start to merge them with their higher levels, their big guns. But see, when we light them up, whoosh, we are amplifying them big time. But here's the funner part. You, poof, disappear from the mental egoic structures. And holy moly, sure enough, you become only what you'll call a beautiful vortex level of divinity that is totally, completely, thoroughly available as creator as creator, for creator, within creation, in harmony with all that is and will be. Isn't that amazing? Now your whole world will, I promise you, start to take off over time. Simply put, just by lighting their brothers up. Just by lighting the whole planet up. Just by being the light beingness that you are. Now, as far as, wow, man, 2013 goes. Whew. Watch how fast you speed up, and so does creation around you, and love coming forth unto you. Namaste.